Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura, Blind. Now, I am currently trying to get into the Elven city of Quintarra, which is a large Elven community, according to the map, to ask them about the Elven delegation that was sent to the Wheel clan and demanded the exile of the Black Mountain clan. So let's go. Your path is blocked. You must locate either a bridge, a pass, or a means of transportation. So I guess I need to travel to the Hardin pass first, and then get, like, physically, manually get to the other side of the mountains. A treacherous snowy pass leading to the glimmering forest. Okay, let's go there then. I don't have anything else to do for the time being. Okay, I've encountered a bunch of wolves on my way there. So I guess, as I said, I need to manually traverse it. Hopefully only for the first time, because presumably it's so dangerous, right? So maybe I am supposed to treat it as a challenge of sorts. Hopefully I'm following in the right direction. There was some kind of almost like a road going down. That's why I went this direction. But judging from the amount of enemies around, I would say it has to be the right direction, right? Because it is specifically said to be a dangerous route, and the amount of enemies would kind of prove that. Okay, everyone is still alive. What is that? A shivering beast. As I said, I hope I'm going in the right direction. Okay, does everyone still have their weapons? Because they are prone to losing them if they suffer a critical misfire. Okay, so it seems I am again able to traverse the world map, so I guess that was it. It wasn't so bad. Let's go to Quintarra. I don't have anything else uncovered on this side of the mountains as of yet. Oh, I guess I do have the Ruby Glade, which is an eerie ancient place that a halfling in Stillwater told me about. Apparently there's some kind of a huge ruby there, But I think I will travel to Quintarra first. It's on my way after all. So let's go. It's a lot of those random interruptions. Okay, so I guess this is the entrance to it. It's hidden in this grove of trees. There seems to be a magical ward barring the entrance to this place. Okay, so let's talk to the elf. Greetings, Outlander. Welcome to the elven city of Quintarra. Greetings to you. Listen, dwarf. The elf guard thinly disguises his disgust. All are welcome here in this place, even you. But if you upset even one leaf in the sacred tree city, I will have you thrown from her walls myself. Are we clear? Good. You may pass. Okay, good day to you, I guess. Okay, I must say, this is pretty impressive, just because if I am to take that those are the, the regular sized trees down in the forest, then I must be hundreds of meters in the air, which means this main tree on which the city itself is located is gargantuan in size. Okay, let's explore everything. Dwarves, they should bury the lot of you. Okay, apparently they don't like me. Well, pretty much no one does in this game. Let's talk with everyone anyway. Elf villager. I hate dwarves. Sir, why are you insulting me? I'm sorry, sir, but I can't ignore your obvious inferiorities. I'm afraid I'd rather just not associate with you. Perhaps we might meet halfway? I'm willing to try. The elf takes a step backwards, bowing slightly. Forgive me as well. Perhaps we can speak like civil beings, he smiles. I'd like that very much. Who are you? My name is Mr. Wind, the master of the hunt. It's a pleasure to meet you. He looks at the sky and seems somewhat distracted. The pleasure is mine. You said you were the master of the hunt? We have a group of hunters who supply Quintarra with food and other supplies. I am their commander. I see. Are there a lot of hunters here in Quintarra? No, we are a small community here. We have never had the need for more than 3 or 4 hunters at a given time. Again he looks up. Say, do you happen to know the hour? Sure, tell him. He only half hears you. I am very worried. There's a hunter who left here yesterday and hasn't returned. Normally I wouldn't be concerned, but he was hunting in the forest near the dark fence. There are strange things in those swamps. That is worrisome. Could I be of help? Would you? I need to go another hunt, but I could tell you where he was hunting and you could travel there. I'm sure it's nothing, but I get worried about my hunters. If you could see to it that he's safely on his way home, I could offer you some elven chainmail. Okay, done. Thank you very much. I can mark it on your map, the general area where he was hunting. Good luck to you. Okay, I must be off. But actually, I want to ask some general questions if I can. Yes? What? Greetings, Mr. Wind. Have you a moment? Of course. How may I help you? Okay, I guess I cannot ask him general questions about the city. So let's continue. What purpose does this serve? Like, to be honest, my first assumption, my first initial thought was that this is a crapper because of the shape of this. It looks like a toilet bowl, but I somehow kind of doubt that. Like, it's very elaborately decorated. So I'm, no, I'm not sure it's meant to be a toilet, but I don't know what other purpose could it serve. There's no one inside. Elf villager. Dwarf scum. I don't speak with your kind. Excuse me? Oh, you're an adventurer, aren't you? I thought you were just another boring traveler. I'm sorry if I was rude. What a coincidence. I thought you were just another boring elf. And I'm not going to be rude back. I happen to prefer to take the moral high ground if I'm getting insulted. That's quite alright. Who might you be? My name is Swift. You're an adventurer, are you not? Yes, as a matter of fact I am. Why do you ask? Pray tell, have you ever been to the fabulous city known as Tarant? Yes, I have visited there. Would you be interested in a job as a guide? What do you have in mind? I will pay you 300 coin to bring me safely to Tarant. Why do you want to go there? Everyone goes there. I am tired of this forest. I need some adventure and excitement. Will you take me? Sure, I don't see the harm in that, although if she's going to join me as a follower, that's a bit annoying, and I would perhaps prefer to do it outright, because she's probably pretty weak, I imagine, if she can't travel there on her own. So there is a high possibility she's going to die in the meantime. Will you take me? Sure, I will do it. Oh, I get to go to Tarant. I am so excited. She begins leaping up and down and then hugs you. Actually, how old are you exactly? I'm 150 years old. Why? Well, actually, I don't know. What's the age of adulthood for elves in this universe? Isn't that a little young for an elf to be on her own? What are you trying to say? I am mature enough to make my own decisions. Well, the thing is, I don't know, but I would assume if she's underage, then her parents would probably forbid her to go, so the fact that she can go means that she's probably allowed to go. Because I wouldn't like to bring a child along with me, because obviously that can be dangerous and that would be inconsiderate and kind of irresponsible. Which actually brings me to an interesting point that has always kind of irritated me about many fantasy universes, because I feel like the maturity thing, the maturity age with those older, longer living races such as elves or dwarves is kind of tricky, because, for example, she's 150 years old, and yet she was jumping up and down with excitement when I told her I'm going to take her to Tarant. And then she hugged me, which she acts like a teenager, basically, even though she has lived a real 150 years on this world. It's just that her culture considers that not that much, but it didn't become a less longer time because of that. It's still, for a human, it's still longer than a human would even live. So I find that stupid, because it happens often with those longer living races. They seem almost mentally deficient, mentally and emotionally retarded, basically, because they act like they have mental like they have an intellectual disability, because she has lived on this earth 150 years, and yet she's acting like a human teenager. So what she was even doing for those 150 years? Like, I understand that from the perspective of her own culture, she's still young, but I don't think she should act like a human teenager. She should be a lot wiser and a lot more collected than a human young person, because obviously she has lived a really long time. It just so happens that for her own race, it is considered to be not that long. So even even if in the eyes of a human she would be very very experienced and very mature, and actually in the eyes of a human she would be ancient, right? Because she has already lived longer than the human lifespan would allow. But I think she should at least partially act the way, because even though for her own culture she's a child, or at least a teenager or a young person, she had a literal 150 years to study different things and to experience the world and to to learn, basically. So what she was even doing for a lot of time, if she's still behaving like a human teenager, that's what I'm asking. But as I said, I believe that if she was a child, her parents wouldn't let her go. So I guess I can take her. I am sure. Are you ready to go? Yes, I am. Well, let us go then. Okay, so actually I'm going to do it right away, because I assume I only need to deliver her to Tarant, right? I do not... although maybe I will actually need to act as a literal guide. But if I do, then I guess I will spend a bit of time on that. I would prefer to be done with it, because obviously I'm quite worried she's going to die if I have her with me for a longer amount of time. Wait. Blue Bunny? Question mark? Are you really telling me that the crazy guy, the cryptozoologist, was right after all? It's just that this was a fake, but now I've encountered another one. Are you telling me, or maybe there's simply maybe I'm overthinking it and it's simply a blue species of rabbit, but the question mark kind of throws me off. Are you telling me this is the real Stillwater Giant? I guess there's only one way to know, and it's attacking it.
Hey, I don't understand why we're attacking such a decent type. I won't do this for much longer.
Well, I guess Magnus didn't approve, but it is. It literally is the Stillwater Giant, so... I guess let's fight it. Okay, to be honest, I wasn't expecting that. I can't say I'm not surprised, because I am.
But I'm liking you less and less. If things don't change, I'll be going my own way.
Okay, that's interesting. The authentic Stillwater Giant pelt. Oh. I wonder if I can still bring it to the guy in Stillwater? Or maybe actually to the guy in Tarant as well, to the guy at the university. I guess I'm close enough to try, but actually also, because Magnus didn't seem to like it, and I think I might take one of the fate points, because I don't use them on much anyway, and force good reaction with him.
How can I help you?
So that he likes me more, because I would hate if he left my group. So... let's actually go to Stillwater for a second and talk with both the elf and the crazy cryptozoologist professor to see if they have anything to say about the fact that I've encountered the actual Stillwater Giant and killed it, which I totally wasn't expecting. This isn't Tarant. Where are you taking me to? I want to go to Tarant. If you don't take me to Tarant soon, I'm going to leave. Okay, we're on our way. Didn't you want this belt? How are you doing? Didn't you want this belt? Of course not. I never wanted it in the first place. Yeah, of course. It was just a joke. Okay, but what about the professor? This isn't Tarant. What are you doing? Well, hopefully she can bear with me just a little bit longer. Oh, apparently she can't. Okay, that's majorly annoying, but let's at least try. Okay, he has no dialogue. So I guess now that I checked that, I can reload and just hopefully I can travel, reach the fast travel marker before she gets angry. Oh. Can I... Don't talk to me, you said you were going to Tarant and you didn't. I hate you. Okay, that's a pity. Is there a way I can fast travel from here? That was my honest intention, to go to Tarant with her. Okay. And travel to Tarant. Hopefully if I get attacked on the way, she's not going to get annoyed, because it's outside of my control to do that. I mean, if that happens. Okay. Thank you for bringing me here. I suppose I'll be on my way. Here's the coin I promised you. Thank you. I'll be seeing you. So, do you want a tour? Thank you again for bringing me to Tarant. Well, I guess not. But I wonder if I can talk with the guy at the university? Nice to see you again. Okay, apparently he doesn't care, which is interesting. So I guess the last thing I want to check, if maybe the guy at the museum actually cares. Maybe I can sell him both of those and he can have two giants, you know, at his exhibit. The fake one and the real one. Or at least one of them. I could make back the 2000 gold that I gave him in the first place to buy it. Speak your piece and be off. May I ask some questions? I would rather not. I do not like those of your type frequenting my establishment, even if you do have coin to spend. And what, other than his pocketbook, can a man be judged by? Well done, sir. Your scathing wit has wounded me. It seems I have misjudged you. What is your pleasure? I would like some questions. Of course. Would you be interested in the real pelt of the Stillwater Giant? The real giant? That's damned amusing. It wouldn't be advisable to try and beat me at my own game. I can spot a fraud from a mile away. I assure you it's authentic. Show him the pelt. Let me see that. By the gods, this is real. I will give you 2000 coin. It's worth far more than that. I disagree, that though it's a moot point at best. I could only spare 2000 coins for it, and this is my final offer. Okay, whatever. At least I didn't lose anything, because I made back what I paid him before. It's a deal. Stupendous. This will be a great boon to my museum business. Is there anything else I could help you with? Actually, I'd like to ask about your objects. Which of the exotic, intriguing objects would you like to know more about? Would you be interested in purchasing an exotic object from me? I'm always interested in the market for the bizarre or unusual, what have you. Yeah, I have Bessie Toon's boot, and now that I have... At first, when I met him, I didn't want to sell it, because I thought it might be important to the quest with the Bessie Toon's ghost, but she was freed already, so I guess I don't need him. I mean, I don't need it. Show him the boot. Excellent. I will give you 250 coins for the famed Bessie's boot. It is a deal. Stupendous. This will be a great boon to my museum business. Is there anything else I could help you with? Nope. I must depart. Okay, so I sold at least one of the pelts. I'm not sure if the other will have any use in the end, but still. It's better than nothing. Okay, let's travel back to the boil. And seeing how I was in Stillwater and nobody cared, I'm free to return to Quintarra now and conclude my business there, because I've only just entered the city and then I left, which I understand from a like role-playing standpoint is kind of nonsensical, because I'm trying to get very important information about the Wheel clan, I mean the Black Mountain clan, and yet I am traveling all over the world because some random girl asked me to deliver her to Tarant for a measly 300 gold. No one escapes the Molochian hand. Well, you'll be sorry you ever found me. Die. Okay. I guess they are not letting go of that. No one escapes the Molochian hand. Have you ever heard about that, perhaps? Well, you'll be sorry you found me. As were all of the others, in fact. Oh, apparently they stunned me, so... point for them, I guess. Not that it's going to help them much. Okay, so let's get back to Quintarra. Oh, I need to talk with him first. Welcome to the Elven city of Quintarra. Greetings to you. He said all of that already. So, I've talked with him. He's the master of the hunt. So, let's continue to this platform. Is there anyone here? Nope. It's surprisingly empty, all things considered. Like, there are not many NPCs here to talk to. Dwarf wizard. Now, that's something I didn't expect to see. Yes, get on with it. Why are you insulting me? You don't even know me. This is so true. Personal feelings should not be so plainly on display, especially from one of my training. I humbly beg your forgiveness, sir. What do you mean your training? What are you doing here? I am a mage and this is my home. How did you become a mage in Quintarra of all places? I've been drawn towards magic for my entire life. Unlike most dwarf, I had no affinity for things of technological nature. So that's why you live here? I am under a tutorial agreement to my teacher, Wrath. I am unable to leave until my contract is finished. And how long is the contract for? My contract runs until the end of Rat's life. In exchange for training in the magical arts, I agreed to serve him, but the bitter old elf could last another 2 or possibly 300 years. Oh, so he's basically a slave for life? I'm not sure how why he agreed to such a deal, because obviously he must have known that elves have notoriously long lifespans. Why did you agree to such an interminable length of service? No elf wanted to take a dwarf as an apprentice, so it was the best offer I could get. It wasn't bad at first, when Wrath was simply surly. Over the past 50 years or so, he's become increasingly bitter and difficult to work for. I do not know what I will do if I can't convince him to release me soon, so why don't you just leave? I would never dishonor myself so. The only thing that can release me besides his death is his word. Okay. Perhaps I could convince him to release you? Thank you for the offer, but your interference would only serve to anger him, which would lead to greater torment for myself at his hands. If you're so certain, then I suppose I'll be on my way then. Okay, he kind of screwed himself, but it's interesting. Okay, again he insults me. But it's interesting to meet a dwarf mage who wanted to study with the elves, and nobody wanted to take him on because obviously dwarves are pretty bad at magic. They have a natural aptitude towards technology, which makes it more difficult for them to cast spells. Oh, there's a body here. You see the dead body of Wrath, Jormund's mentor. There seems to be no sign of violence or a struggle. This empty wine glass has a strange, pungent odor. So I guess he was poisoned? But I doubt Joramun would have done that, because first of all, he said he would never dishonor himself even by leaving, and you'd think if he, it would logically flow that if he could stoop as low as to murder him, then it would be, many times as dishonorable and actually more difficult than just breaking his word and going away on his own. But also, I don't think he murdered him because of simple, logistical limitations, because I came from this direction. There's only one bridge that leads to here, so he couldn't have gone past me, right? It seems he was poisoned, judging from this. Let's talk with him though. He will probably be interested in knowing that his master is dead. Oh, there's an elf that has appeared. What business do you have here? Jormund is under arrest for murder. Murder? Who is he meant to have killed? He killed Wrath, his mentor. Jormund's dislike for Wrath was well known in Quintarra, as well as his wish to be released from his contract. That doesn't prove he killed him. Who else could have done it? Elves like us don't kill each other. Beside yourself, he is the only other outsider in Quintarra when the murder occurred. Elves like us? Are there other types of elves? No, there are not. You must have misunderstood my meaning. So I guess they are hiding the existence of the Dark Elves. Which, incidentally, again, is kind of similar to how High Elves in Warhammer treat their Dark Kin, because they don't like to admit to other races that there could be, that the Elves could have any weakness, much less a weakness of such great volume as a whole civil war and a whole large splinter group within their own people. Are you saying there is no murder among the elves like you? Not in my lifetime, there hasn't been. It just doesn't happen. Elves are not like the other races. So, let's get to the matter at hand. How was Wrath killed? We haven't determined that as of yet. At this point, all we know is that we can find no evidence of any injuries from weapons. What about magic? Quench Life would have done the trick. I wonder how my character knows that, if I have no aptitude towards magic at all. No, we of Quintarra are acutely attuned to the flows. If any dark necromancy had been used, we would have felt it. That's all very interesting. May I go in and speak with him? Sure, go on, but don't try anything. I'll be listening out here. Okay, let's talk with him then. You have returned. I do not believe you are guilty of killing Wrath. Why do you say that? I just don't think you would kill someone in cold blood. I appreciate your confidence in me. It is a pity no one else around here shares your view. I need to get more information if I am to hope to free myself from this predicament. Do you know anything that might be of help? The guard said he wasn't killed with magic or a weapon. Is there any evidence that you know of? Just this glass. It has a strange odor to it. Show him the glass. He holds the glass up to his face and sniffs it. This is poison. There is only one apothecary, Sharp, in Quintarra. If the poison was bought here, he'd have been the one to sell it. I need you to speak with him somehow. Since I am confined to my house, I need someone to help clear my name. Are you interested in helping me out? Sure, I'll give it a go. I will give you my prized staff of Tarant for your help, good sir. I accept your offer. Good day. Okay. Back again, eh? Okay, nothing to add. So I guess I have to search for the apothecary, and I'm pretty sure he must be in the different part of the city, because I've explored all of this already. Okay, there's a chest, but I'm not going to rob it. I'm not the robbing type, generally speaking. Okay, let's start the exploration from here. What is it? Greetings, maiden. May I ask your name? But of course, I am known as Calendriel in the Elven tongue. However, you may call me Fawn. A pleasure, Fawn. What is it that you do here? Oh, giggling nervously. Forgive me for not telling you before. I am accustomed to everyone knowing my position. I am the master healer. I am here to help all those in need of restoration. I am most fortunate to have met you. May I impose further? Oh yes, what it is that you require? I don't actually need healing, although I wonder if that will heal Magnus as well. But I do have spells for that myself. Let us trade. Do we have anything interesting? Robes, dread armor? She has a couple armors, I guess. So maybe she can buy the ones I have? Wait, I could have sworn I had another piece of armor with me. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. Well, will she have that? Nope. Oh well. Let's continue exploring. Nothing in here. Bugger off, you lousy dwarf. I'm busy. Madame, we have never met, and yet you say such things. She lifts her chin in the air, looking away from you. You really just get away from me. I can barely stand the sight of you. Are not reasons and civility sacred elven virtues? She smiles warmly. I am sorry. Sometimes my emotions get the better of me, sir. Please let us speak as equals. Yes, let us do so. Might I ask who you are? The elven woman smiles. Although still very beautiful, her eyes betray a great age and wisdom, as well as the lively spark of retained youth. Of course, in your tongue, I am called the Whisper. Might I ask who you are? Yes, of course, I am Hardin Stonehand. It is a pleasure to meet you. What brings you to Quintarra? Actually, it's not really a secret. Unless she's like the Dark Elf spy or something. But then I am probably going to confront them at one point or the other, so I see no point in lying about it. That's a long story. Tell her all that has happened. She remains silent for a moment. So, all of your adventures started when you walked from the wreckage of that... What did you call that? Blimp? Yes. She smiles warmly, taking your hand in hers. That is quite a tale, and I appreciate you trusting me with it. I'd like to give you something as well, perhaps to aid you in your coming days. She hands you a small gem. It might help you to, well, become a little less conspicuous. Thank you. May I ask you a few questions? Certainly. What is it that you do here in Quintarra, Whisper? I suppose you could call me... she leans in to whisper to you, a scientist. Shh. If anyone heard me say that here, I'd be thrown to the first floor. She laughs good-heartedly. A scientist? What is it that we're studying, Whisper? Well, I'm studying the local wildlife. There are many strange and magical creatures in the glimmering forest, and no one has really taken the time to catalogue them all, or study their unique characteristics. I am doing so. What creatures are you studying right now? Right now, I am cataloguing the different types of willow wisps according to their particular essence. I am almost finished, but I can't seem to gather a sample from Vollar's wisp. What do you mean by essence? Some of the willow wisps, when they die, leave behind what is known to us as their essence. It is a physical manifestation of their magical properties. Sometimes it is used in magical potions and poisons. We have an apothecary here in Quintarra, Mr. Sharp, who specializes in those kinds of things. What is this Vollar's wisp? Vollar's wisp is a special kind of willow wisp, very rare and typically hostile. You can tell them by their blue hue. Willow wisps can come in all colors, but only the Vollar's wisp is blue. I've had the most difficult time finding one and gathering its essence. I see, perhaps I could be of assistance? Yes, perhaps you could do that. I've been very busy here, and I haven't been able to go out wisp hunting. If you were to bring me some essence of the Vollar's wisp, I could offer you a magical scroll. Would you be interested? I'll do so in return. That's wonderful. If you travel within the glimmering forest long enough, you should run across a Vollar's wisp. Good luck to you, my friend. Okay, farewell. Let's take a look at the gem she gave me. Whisper's gem. It doesn't seem to do anything, at least not so far as I know. But it probably can't hurt to have it. Okay, I've not been here, nor here, but this seems like an important place, because there are guards standing there, so let me visit this part first. You're a stone-brained dwarf, if I ever saw one. Sir, I don't believe I've ever heard such a language from an elf. Many are those who come to the trees of Quintarra, but none whose very presence disgusts me so. Away with you. Noble elf, can't we rise above those petty grievances? The elf considers your words, and then smiles. Yes, reason is always a better path to take. Forgive my words, friend. We elves are not without our weaker moments. Of course, all is forgiven. May I ask who you are? As with most elves, I have a very long name, but in your tongue I am called Illumin. A pleasure, Illumin. Might I ask what you do here in Quintarra? I am a craftsman, good sir. I work with wood and metal to create objects of magic, weapons and talismans, and the occasional piece of decorative jewelry. We all play our part here in Quintarra, and this is mine. I can see where you get your wood, but where do you get the metal? Well, I have many supplies. We trade often with Stillwater when the need arises, but just lately I've run out of mithril. If you know anything about the metal, you know that it is rare. I'm having trouble finding a new source, and many of my objects are incomplete without it. Interesting, I just happen to have some mithril right here. I will give it to him in exchange for experience, and I will buy another piece when I'm back at the dwarves. I have plenty of gold at this point. I just happen to have some mithril right here. Really? The only place I know where to obtain the mithril is the caves of the Will clan. Well done. I'm offering a magical bow in trade, if you're willing to part with it. Surely. Here you go. This is impressive, my friend. The dwarves of the Will clan are reclusive at best. You must be quite an individual to have gained their trust. Here, take this bow as payment. You're welcome in my shop any time. Do you have time for more questions? Surely. What do you need? Shall we barter? Maybe he can buy it. Oh, he doesn't want that either. That's kind of annoying. But I will take the bow, because it might be useful if I encounter an elven follower at any point. And you know, where if not here, I would do that. Crit chance plus 50 against animals. What? RNG 15? Well, whatever. I will think about which one of them is the best weapon if and when I get an archer follower, cause I haven't so far. This elf is obviously involved in some sort of ritual. She does not even look at you. I am performing my nightly meditations. Please do not disturb me until morning. Okay, so let's actually wait until the morning and talk with her. Another arrogant dwarf. What do you want? Have I done something to offend you? You'll have to pardon my surly demeanor, sir. I had no right to snap at you in such a manner. Wait, why don't I have a conciliatory response? I don't want to say that. Is there no way to... Impertinent dwarf, go away. Have I done something to offend you? Yeah, you'll have to pardon my surly demeanor. I don't want to say that. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but oh well. I guess I don't have anything to talk with her about for now. So let's visit this place, guarded by those two guards. Seems to be some kind of a palace, maybe? Maybe that's where the Silver Lady lives. Elf noble.
What do you want?
Madame, we have never even met. Why are you treating me so?
I'm sorry, but I can't look past your obvious flaws. But please, just leave me alone.
Forgive me, might not you make an exception for me?
Yes, I suppose I can overlook your faults for now. What is it that you want of me?
Might I ask your name?
My name is very old and very long. Perhaps it would be best if you simply called me Raven.
Interesting. Do you have a moment?
Of course.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly. How can I help you?
I need to speak with the Silver Lady.
The Silver Lady? Oh, you mean my mother. That's quite a request, and one not so easily granted.
So she's the princess of the elves, I guess? If they do follow, a dynastic sort of approach to ruling, because I don't know if their if the power is handed down, you know, through a dynasty, maybe it doesn't matter that she's the daughter of the Silver Lady. Believe me, Raven, she's going to want to stop peak with me.
That might very well be. But forgive me if I don't let a strange dwarf walk right in and converse with my mother. She may be our queen, but I oversee the daily matters here in Quintarra.
I see. How can I convince you of the urgency of my quest?
You'll have your chance. Forgive me if I seem a little abrupt, but I've many things on my mind today and there's much to be done. Once I've taken care of some of the more pressing matters, I'll talk with you about your needs.
I understand. Perhaps I could be of service?
I'm not sure. You are a dwarf after all. I'm making no judgments about you as an individual, but elves and dwarves do not always see eye to eye.
Your manners are a testament to why that is so. No, I'm willing to overlook those differences for now.
There is a group of humans camped about a day's journey from here. We know not what they want, but where humans go, trouble usually follows.
What would you like me to do?
The place they are camped at is called Falcon's Egg, and it is considered a holy place for the elves of Quintarra. We would like you to find out why the humans are there and remove them.
I have a few questions about this.
Of course. What would you like to know?
Falcon's Egg. What sort of place is this?
Falcon's Egg, as I told you, is Elven holy ground. Many years ago there was an Elven queen, and her name was Falcon. She was out hunting one day and with her bow shot a stag. When she had caught up with it, it was lying next to a pool of water, slowly bleeding from a wound in its side.
Raven's voice is melodic. Her hands gesture, creating the scene. What happened?
The stag spoke to her, and within it were the spirits of the elves who had become the soul of the stag, and with her arrow she had pierced both it and them. And they were both sad and afraid, as the stag's life was their own, and when it died, so would they.
So what did Falcon do?
She could do nothing. She sat with the stag's head in her arms, sang its stories, and washed its wound with her tears. And the ache in her heart grew as the old elven voices faded, grew so much that when they finally passed, she passed with them.
Raven seems far away, her eyes betraying an old sadness. Well, that's a sad story. A few more questions about this business.
Of course. What would you like to know?
These humans, how should they be, quote-unquote, removed?
It doesn't matter to me how you remove them, but you must understand this. Under no circumstances are you to shed blood on that ground. The spirits there exact their price, and you do not want to pay it. Do you understand? Do not raise your hand against another.
All clear, but more questions?
Of course. What would you like to know?
How do I get to Falcon's Egg?
It's not far from here. I'll mark your map with the location.
Okay.
Of course. What would you like to know?
I'll take the job.
Splendid. Are you sure you understand what needs to be done? There are a few things that are very important that you know.
Well, can I ask any more questions?
Of course. What would you like to know?
I asked everything, so I guess I'm ready.
Splendid. Are you sure you understand what needs to be done? There are a few things that are very important that you know.
Yeah, I think you've told me everything. I'll be back when it's done.
Good. I thank you for your help. And good luck to you. I'll await your return.
She places a hand lightly on your arm. I must be going. Okay, am I allowed to enter this? Because I still don't know where the apothecary is. And I do need to question him regarding Rat's murder, right? That's Whisper and Fawn. That is the blacksmith, Elven. And this person does not want... Apparently her name is Ivory, but she does not want to speak with me, because she offends me, and when I say, have I done something to offend you? She apologizes, but I have no way to accept her apology, so that's kind of pointless. But besides, it still does not tell me where to find the apothecary, because as far as I know, those central ones I cannot enter. It's just just the what is it called? You know, it's the central part of the tree. It isn't hollow inside. I guess this is because it houses the staircase, but... Where is the apothecary? Does he live right next to Wrath? That would be kind of suspicious. Because Wrath is dead, right? And this is empty. Still dead. Does my journal tell me where to find him? Wrath was killed by poison. I need to speak with Sharp, the apothecary who might have purchased the poison from him. About who might have purchased the poison. But where is he? Back again? Well, nothing to report. Well, I will solve the quest for the Silver Lady's daughter, and maybe the apothecary will appear. Actually, maybe the apothecary is also the hunter, because there are some people missing, right? According to this guy. Have you a moment? Of course, but I have nothing to ask, because I wanted to ask specifically about the apothecary, but... oh well. I will solve the rest of the quests, and when I return, maybe I can find him. But for now, I feel like this episode was long enough, so I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!